The average cost of a year at a private four-year college grew exponentially from 30,360 in 2001 to 38,590 in 2011 in constant to 2011 dollars. Part A. Find the exponential growth rate, K, and write a function that approximates the cost, C, of a year at a private four-year college, T years after the year 2001. Well, the first thing I need to do is figure out how many years has passed. So we have 2011 minus 2001. So that's 10 years that have passed. Using the newest year first, I'm going to say 38,590 must equal the original, or the first value, 30,360 e to the, this is what I'm looking for, the rate of growth, times t, which is the number of years that pass between this number, and that's why I needed the 10. So this is what I need to solve. Well, the very first step is I need to get the exponential by itself, so I have to divide out the 30360. And I'm not even going to bother to try to reduce this fraction at all or turn it into a decimal, because I never want to round in the middle of my problem. So I'll just leave it as 38,590 over 30,360. And then that goes away on this side, so I get e to the, and I'll just rearrange the order here, 10k. So trying to isolate k, I need to take the natural log of both sides. That will cancel here, leaving me with the natural log of 38590. I'm just going to write this horizontally, 30360, and that equals 10k. So coming up here, so I'm dividing both sides by 10, so this is what I need to type in my calculator. The natural log of 38,590 over 30360, so I need to find this value and divide it by 10, giving me a value of k, which is approximately 0.024. Alright, so the question then asked me to find the growth rate, which I did, and then write a function. So let me change colors so you can see this function here. So we have the cost then in terms of t, which is 30360 e to the, and now we have our growth rate, which is 0.024, and I'm going to use t. This is a cost, it's in dollars, and then we had our t being t years after our original year. Well, this was the cost in the year 2001, so I'll say after 2001. So this is the model that I'll be using. Part B wants us to predict the cost of a year at a private four-year college in 2016. So starting with my model, I had C of t is 30360 e to the 0.024t. Now they want the cost in the year 2016. So the first step then is to subtract off my original year, which was 2001, and see that t then will be 15 years will have passed from the original year to 2016. So I need to find c at 15, which will be 30,360 e to the 0.024, and now we know t is 15. So I have to type all of this into my calculator and see that the cost in that year will be about 43516. The cost of tuition in the year 2016 then will be about $43,516. Part C, in what year will the average cost of a year at a private four-year college be $50,000? Well, now they want the output to be 50,000. And we had our function, which was 30,360 e to the 0.024. That was our model. And now we don't know what t is. We're trying to find the year. So the first step to getting t isolated is to divide both sides by 30,360. So 30,360 360. And again, I'm not going to bother taking the time to go ahead and simplify this or try to turn it into a decimal. I'll just leave it as 50,000 over 30360. So it'll cancel on this side, and I have e to the 0.024t. Next, to get the t by itself, I'm going to have to take the natural log of both sides. This will cancel my exponential, leaving me with the natural log of 50,000 over 30360 equals 0.024t, and I'll come up here. So the last step then is divide both sides by 0.024. So what I'm going to be typing in my calculator is the natural log of 50,000 over 30360, all divided by 0.024, because that's exactly what t is. So typing this in my calculator, I get t is about 21. But they want the year, and remember, t is the number of years after 2001. So I need to take 2001 and add 21 to it to get 2022. Therefore, the average cost would be $50,000 in the year 2022.